What's up, guys? I'm Mac.
I'm Adam.
Colin.
Have you guys ever just been searching through Netflix and you guys just realize that all you're doing is wasting time by searching through movies because all of them suck?
Yeah, us too. Netflix is like a fridge full of foods you don't want to eat.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Anyway,
So we're here to review the first movie, Click.
the plot behind Quick, Michael Newman, who's played by Adam Sandler, seems to have it all. However, his wife, Donna, who is played by Kate Beckinsale, is really frustrated of how much time he spent at work and hasn't been spending time with his family and or family matters. And Michael Newman, in this case, he visits an IKEA store and he finds an electronic inventor played by Christopher Walken. And
Excellent actor, by the way.
excellent actor. And he gives him this remote that allows him to control time and pretty much every function of a regular remote, and he can use it to control his life. So throughout the movie, he uses this remote excessively, and he realizes slowly that you might not want to fast forward through your life or control every aspect of your life through the remote, because it ends up taking a dark turn, as we see in the movie, which we'll discuss later.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
So this movie came out in 2006. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a very low 33%. IMDb gave it a 6.4 out of 10. And Google gave it an 85%. So these reviews are all over the freaking board. What do you guys think about this movie?
Honestly, I think it was a good movie. It's an Adam Sandler movie, so I expected it to be
Low grade comedy.
low grade comedy. Honestly, I expected a little comedy. I mean, there was comedy, but
Come on, it's Adam Sandler.
There's
He's
a lot of cheesy lines.
cheesy lines. Yeah.
but the inner child in you loves it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, children. If you're watching this, I think children will take a big liking to this movie. Even I don't know, adults might take interest depending on what mood you're feeling. Like I said, though, it takes a dark turn in the end, which kind of makes it a sad movie.
Yeah. So this movie's listed under comedies. So when we first watched it, we were expecting a happy, feel-good movie, and about halfway through it, you realize that he's watching his family die and his life is rotting away, and he can't do anything about it because the remote's stuck in fast forward, and
Yeah, it's stuck with his preferences.
yeah,
So
it just becomes really sad.
Yeah.
And halfway through it, you find yourself in tears, and not because you're laughing, because you're just really sad.
It just hits you
Yeah, it's like a wall. A couple events in the movie. He's missing his son's wedding.
He watches his dad die.
He watches his dad die, except he missed that, so he had to go back in time to watch it.
Yep.
He dies.
Yeah, he dies.
In the end, he dies.
His family holds him as he's dying.
Yeah, his family holds him as he's dying. He misses pretty much his entire his child or the childhood of his children.
Yeah,
It's definitely the biggest twist in a comedy movie I've ever seen.
yeah, it's not very funny.
Now we think about it, it's never.
Gotta
That's
put
super
that out
funny.
there. It's not very funny.
I mean, yeah, but what were your guys' favorite parts of the film?
Oh god.
I don't really have a favorite part of the film. Just the part that gets me is when he wakes up in the future, and basically his family's leaving him, and it's raining outside, and he's trying to chase him down, and he has a heart attack in the parking lot, and basically almost dies. And that's when it all kind of comes crashing
He
down.
does die there, doesn't he?
I can't remember.
In the road? In the middle of the road?
I think he does.
Yeah, he dies in the middle of the road from crawling out of his hospital bed.
It's just there's dramatic music playing and it's raining and it's sad.
It's sad.
Comedy.
But it had a couple comical moments. One of my favorite parts, for example, was the next door neighbor. His name was O'Doyle,
Yeah.
which is ironic because
Doyle ruled.
yeah, there's actually a lot of O'Doyles in the Adam Sandler movies. There's one in Billy Madison, for example. Billy Madison was O'Doyle and Billy Madison was the family tree of bullying. They had bullies in every grade, and they ended up dying in a horrible car accident. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty funny how they had O'Doyle, and every single time Adam Sandler would see O'Doyle, he would make fun of him in some way, shape, or form. So That was pretty funny.
I just enjoyed him beating the hell out of the kid whenever he saw the kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
So
The
true.
kid.
Yeah, the next door neighbor. He basically just rips on the next door neighbor's kid. It's great.
Yeah. He ran over his electronic dog too. Because like the kids were jealous that he was better, but he just ran it over with his car. That was pretty funny. But, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but it really bothered me throughout the whole movie just like how arrogant Adam was being, or Adam Sandler
How
was
selfish?
being.
How
Yeah,
selfish.
Yeah, how
selfish, as
selfish
arrogant he
he
was
was
being with the whole remote thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of like fast forwarded through his entire life. Like even I don't know. I feel like he kind of experienced the boring parts too.
Yeah, it started out that he's trying to skip certain parts of his life to make his life more efficient because he was so dedicated to his work, and it ended up that he just missed out on huge chunks of his life. And he was very selfish of him, but you know that's
how it goes.
it is pretty
The way she
uncharacteristic. It was
goes.
pretty uncharacteristic for an Adam Sandler movie, I
Yeah.
gotta say.
Yeah, I mean honestly, well, the remote would catch his preferences of like what he liked to do, and he'd fast forward through all his life. So he ended up not being able to control like him fast forwarding anymore because the remote would just do it automatically. It would just be like every boring part of his life, where like whether it was during fights with his wife or family dinners that he didn't really care for, or like his dad's quarter trick. Do you remember you guys remember that the coin
Oh, yeah.
trick where he'd bite it off? Yeah, it was a coin trick where his dad would show him all the time, where he would bite off like a chunk of the quarter and like spit it back out. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's another really emotional part. When he fast forwards back to see the last time that he ever saw his dad showed him the quarter trick. He like stopped by his office when he was working, and he tried to cheer up his son with the quarter trick. And Adam Sandler is very angry at this point because he's just trying to get his work done. And he says that he knew the trick the whole time. And his dad basically, with one tear coming down his eyes, very dramatic, he basically says, "Oh, I'm sorry to have bothered you." And he walks out of the room, and that's the last time he ever sees his dad.
Yeah.
So that's also a very emotional moment.
he dies after that.
It's,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, this is a heavy part.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the genre was a drama fantasy, so maybe like, I
But
don't know.
it's listed under the comedy section
Yeah,
of Netflix.
it's
Good job, Netflix.
Yeah, it's listed under the comedy section of Netflix, but like if you look it up on the reviews, it's like apparently a drama fantasy. I mean, I feel like they kind of genre everything differently, but like in terms of it being like an Adam Sandler movie, that might contribute to be like a comedy under Netflix. So we're kind of near the end now. We're gonna give our final opinions on the movie. We're gonna actually rate it from 1 to 10 of what we think it was.
This is more legit than Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Yeah, this is more legit than Rotten Tomatoes because we're you guys. We get it. But yeah, I think I'd give the video, honestly, the movie, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I think it was honestly, I think it was like a deep emotional movie, and it, like, what it was supposed to be was supposed to be drama fantasy. I think that's what it was. It was a sad movie, but I expected a little bit more of like laughter, I guess. I thought it was going to be like a little bit funnier and uplifting. I didn't expect it to be so dark in the end. So overall, I'd give it a 7 just based on like, I guess the plot. It was a little shaken up. I personally think that it could have been funnier, I guess, too. Dry
There was a
comedy.
lot of missed opportunities for some lines.
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities. What do you have?
Overall, I'd give this movie a 6 out of 10. If we're talking about from a comedy perspective, there wasn't many funny moments. It was a great movie from a perspective of like how it all came together in the end, and like it's a feel good movie. It's got a great wrap up at the end. It's a little it like walks the line between drama and comedy, which there's no problem with, but Adam Sandler isn't exactly known for his dramatic films, and so I give it a 6 out of 10 based on his performance in this area.
Alright, I'm gonna give it either like a 6, 7, so or 6 or 7.
Now
So
you gotta pick. You gotta pick.
6.5.
Fine. You did.
Wow.
Happy
Okay.
medium.
All right, fine. What?
Just because, you know, it's your typical really happy, sappy-go-lucky Adam Sandler movie. I would give it a 5 if it wasn't for the twist at the end, because it's like the first time I've ever seen like that kind of emotion come out of me for
Ever. You've never experienced that kind of emotion
Jesus.
before.
Only in an Adam Sandler movie. Adam Sandler goes deep. Jesus Christ.
Not for the real reason you guys came here.
Netflix and chill.
All right, what do you guys think? Netflix and chill?
I guess I'll start. I personally think that no, it's not a Netflix and chill movie. Just based out solely on the fact that like it's such a dark movie in the end. It's kind of sad. It's a little depressing almost, and almost caught me in tears. So I'd say no. I couldn't imagine Netflix and chilling to a sad movie.
Yeah, I kind of gotta agree with that. Like, if you're going through this movie and you're just like, oh, comedy, we're just gonna put this Adam Sandler movie on in the background, and then halfway through the movie, if whatever you guys are doing, you guys are just gonna look up and start crying, cause like, damn, it just kind of hits you.
Yeah.
It's a heavy movie. I pity you if you put this on, cause you guys are gonna start crying, and that's
Sad. Sad.
maybe you guys don't want to see each other like that.
I'm honestly gonna kind of go with a yes.
Oh man.
So like most of it's the comedy, like it's kind of mundane, nothing really happens. So like,
He's into that depressing kind of stuff.
not really. But hear me out.
Sad romance.
Hear me out, guys. So like, you're putting it on. It's an Adam Sandler movie. You're already not expecting much. So if you're making out and shit during the movie, you're not gonna miss much of the plot. And plus, then the really sad twist at the end. If it almost got us in tears, which is pretty hard to do in the first place.
Yeah, it's not that hard to do for me.
Oh, he's a little bitch. So that's the time. Like by the end of the movie, you're gonna have your girl like cuddling hard against you, sad. So that's your time.
What about if it's a guy?
Yeah.
What the hell?
All right.
You're gonna have your significant other.
Yeah, significant other.
Your significant other is whatever your significant other is. He, she, they is gonna be cuddled up against you, and this is your time to play the hero, act all brave.
And then you're gonna
get some
start
stuff at
crying.
the end.
You're gonna have to hide the fact that you're crying too.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.